In this video, we are going to show you the top 5 best ergonomic keyboards 2024 on the market. I am trying to list those based on price, quality, and more. Subscribe now, hit that bell, and never miss a product's review. Number 5. Perix Ergonomic Keyboard. The budget approach the Perix Periboard 512 does not stand out, doing what most ergonomic keyboards are doing, which may sound like criticism, but considering that the product costs around $20 to $30 less than the keyboards it is mimicking, this is actually low-key praise. Not unlike its more expensive competition, the board splits and curves, enabling the most relaxing typing gesture that reduces fatigue and minimizes muscle strain, preventing long-term injuries. You'd think that, keeping the price low, the people behind the product would be using shoddy materials, but this is not what's happening here. No, what's happening is that, ditching the orthodox silk print approach, the board incorporates laser printing, making the symbols on the keys more durable and ensuring that they do not start wearing out within the first few years. Admittedly, the product has its flaws too, even the most premium models do. Here, the biggest flaw lies with the switches. More specifically, with them being pretty loud considering that they're membrane. On the bright side, the switches are quite resilient, tested against 1 million clicks, so you don't have to worry about them giving out in the foreseeable future. Plus, the keys are offering the most satisfying tactile impression that membrane switches can provide, with long travel distance and, thanks to the wired connection, with no delay between registering the click and executing the command. Number 4. Adesso Ergonomic Keyboard. Guiding the hands and the fingers, the Adesso PCK308UB introduces a unique little element to the ergonomic keyboard game, adding a touchpad to the wrist rest. Needless to say, most people will not find the touchpad necessary because most people use a mouse, which is a much more comfortable implement. Still, having that option available to you does not hurt, aside from somewhat increasing the keyboard's footprint, so we can get behind this addition, at least to some extent. Plus, when the mouse breaks and you need to finish the project ASAP, the touchpad will definitely come in handy. Between the 2 buttons and the scrolling feature, this pad will work alright replacing the mouse. All keyboards, even ergonomic ones, start with the key layout. Not following the touchpad precedent, the model keeps things traditional here, featuring 105 standard keys positioned where these keys have been traditionally positioned, but also adding 8 hotkeys atop them. These keys are programmable, though most customers will probably leave the default multimedia settings, with the keys increasing and decreasing volume, muting the sound, playing/pausing the audio, stopping it, sending you to the home and favorite pages, and opening new emails. As expected, there are also 3 keys above the numpad that you can use to turn the PC off, send it to sleep, and wake the system up. That being said, with ergonomic models, the ergonomic part is important, as surprising as that may sound. Number 3. Perix Ergonomic Keyboard. Generous key spacing. The Perix Periboard 612 looks and feels a little chunky, not quite what people have come to expect from split keyboards, but the increased footprint actually does an excellent job improving the model's ergonomics. First, because the keys are so big, the keyboard minimizes misclicking, so you're not keeping the fingers bundled yet can type with the same precision, maybe even more now. Of course, before that, ergonomic boards usually start with the split key profile and the wrist rest. Even though the rest here is not cushioned, the component still adds decent wrist support, releasing median nerve pressure and reducing firearm tension. Making sure that the arm and hand position remains natural, this keyboard minimizes RSI and carpal tunnel chances. While you might deduce otherwise, despite the affordable price, this board is wireless, letting you choose between Bluetooth and USB modules. We would recommend going with the first option as the second's range is quite short, and use the keyboard without contributing more wires to the workspace. There's this nice little compartment on the bottom where you can hide and store the USB receiver, so you can always bust this option out when necessary without looking for it. Reduced actuation force. Because the keyboard is wireless, you will be using 2 AA batteries to provide the peripheral with the necessary juice. But this is not the interesting part. Number 2. Microsoft Ergonomic Keyboard. Reverse tilt. True to its name, this Microsoft Sculpt model features a really wonderful ergonomic design. The keyboard is domed in shape, and this shape provides significant decreasing, and even riddance, of wrist overpronation. You will forget about any pain in your wrists really soon. Additionally, this ergonomic keyboard has a reverse tilt. With it, you will have an opportunity to place your hands in a neutral position. The offered here Microsoft Ergonomic Keyboard includes a wireless interface for computer connection. It is provided by a special receiver working at the 2.4 GHz frequency. You will be able to work with full comfort at the distance of up to 10 feet from the computer. And as for the supported operating systems, this wireless ergonomic keyboard works perfectly well with computers, based on Windows OS of 7, RT, 8, and 8.1 editions. High encryption. One of the most distinctive features this Microsoft Ergonomic Keyboard provides is the Advanced Encryption Standard, AES, with 128-bit encryption. What does this mean? Well, this wonderful keyboard can actually protect your data by encrypting the signal when you push the key buttons. This is truly fascinating. The next thing is that the Sculpt Split Ergonomic Keyboard has a separate numeric pad to make your working space as organized and comfortable as it is generally possible. With the 104 keys, you will work with all the convenience you may need. Number 1. Logitech Ergonomic Keyboard. Perfect stroke keys. As you can imagine, ergonomic keyboards are usually more comfortable than standard boards. But the Logitech Ergo K860 is even more comfortable than most ergonomic models, which is not surprising since Logitech peripherals were always synonymous with ergonomics. We're talking considerable differences here, even though they may not seem or sound considerable initially. To initiate the conversation, with its curved and split keyframe design, the keyboard improves the typing posture, with the sizable curve supporting more natural typing. The sloping form that this design enables will minimize the muscle strain on wrists and forearms, keeping the hands, neck, and shoulders much more relaxed. Then, you have the so-called perfect stroke keys, offering precise and fluid motion. The fingers will glide across the key's matte surface with less resistance and friction. Meanwhile, the scooped shape will be orienting the fingers, allowing you to remain focused. The Logitech Group has always delivered on the construction front, keeping the prices reasonable while using expensive, durable, heavy-duty materials. The 3-layered wrist rest makes this even more evident than the keyboard. First, the rest introduces the surface fabric, providing stain-resistant, easy-clean coating. Then, this component hides high-density foam, offering cushion support yet making sure that the tactile impression remains firm. Covering these 2 layers 6 is the comfort memory foam, preventing them from sinking and keeping the rest leveled.